How's everybody doing today? My name's Jake. Just wanted to quickly say, go Hawks. Lifelong Seattle Seahawks fan here, and just can't believe that we actually did it. We made it to the Super Bowl and we won it. So that's our second one in team history, which is pretty awesome. I'm not from Seattle. I live in British Columbia, Canada. Most of my family actually lives down in Seattle, so I've been visiting there my entire life, and I can absolutely say I am a lifelong Seahawks fan. So this is very exciting news for us. I just wanted to talk a little bit about, as I'm sure a lot of you probably had some drinks, so did I. And I kind of wanted to talk about shame spiraling and just the effects that come after a long night of drinking. I'm not a big drinker. I hadn't drank for 2 or 3 months before Super Bowl Sunday, and I will honestly say I am feeling it. It's Tuesday today, so it's been a couple of days, but I still have that shame wizard following me around, those Sunday scaries that you can get. And I find this happens with me. I find if I drink these days, I don't know if it's an age thing or just not exactly where I want to be in life, and I just almost feel bad about using a day to drink. I just get so anxious and in my head, and it just makes me want to make some changes. I'll tell you a little story. This happened a couple of years ago, and it actually led to me creating my business here. So I was at a friend's bachelor party, and this hangover was like no other. I was so down bad. My thoughts were going crazy. I got home and I immediately went to our local bookstore, picked out a few books, bought them, and started reading. To finish out that year, I think I read like 25 books, but immediately in my head I was like, okay, I gotta make a change because this doesn't feel good. What am I doing with my life? I was just shame spiraling for days after, and it led me to buckling down and creating this business that I set out to do, and got me, kind of kicked me in the ass to get it going. So it's kind of weird. Like, obviously I'm not going to attribute drinking to the success of my business and getting that launched, but it definitely did lay things out and made me realize, like, hey, you got to stop messing around. Like, you're not in a position in life where you can confidently drink and then feel okay the next day. But yeah, I don't know. After the Super Bowl, um, what a happy time for a Seahawk fan, right? But I just can't get past the feeling of I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have drank. I didn't do anything wrong. It's just what my brain does after I drink. So I think this is another one of those moments of realization. Like, okay, you got to buckle down. You got to gear in. We've got the spring coming. Obviously, if you follow me at all, this is a golf brand. A lot of exciting things coming up, so I really do need to just lock in. And I just, I'm sure there's so many of you out there as well that experience the same thing, and you're not alone. It is super real, and it can last up to a week. I know exactly how that feels. So if you tend to shame spiral after drinking, just know you are not alone. How can you combat this? Well, obviously don't drink in the first place, but easier said than done. I know a lot of us do enjoy some beers, but if this is something that you struggle with for a few days after, then what I can say that helps me is, go get some exercise, spend some quality time with some friends and family, do some things you love, maybe work a little extra hard on whatever you're working on, make sure you get stuff done around the house. Do something, do something. Don't sit on the couch, don't stew about it. If you need to talk to somebody, obviously talk to them about it, because our minds can be not nice to us. I appreciate you all. Go Hawks. What an incredible win. I've definitely rewatched the Super Bowl and rewatched all the highlights a couple of times. Um, what a time to be alive. It's been 12 years. We're lucky that we've won two in 12 years, but I just think back to 12 years ago, I had never stepped foot into a gym. I've been doing it for 12 years. When I did start, it was about a week after our last Super Bowl win. So kind of cool just to look back on how much has changed in my life. I was only 19 at the time, and now I'm 31 years old. So it's just crazy how much can change in our lives over that amount of time, and just how fast it's gone. Like it just feels like yesterday. I'll never forget. I was sitting at the Boston Pizza watching them win, and it was so exciting, and that was our first one, and it's just so cool to see this happen again. So yeah, if any of you else struggle with the shame spiral, let me know in the comments below. I would love to chat with some of you if you're struggling right now. But I would just thought I would post and let you guys know that you are not alone with the alcohol shame spirals. So once again, I appreciate you all, and go Hawks.